What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jodabini TV. It is another amazing day to get after it. We're going to be better today than we were yesterday. So for today's video, I'm pretty much going to be going to go try out with AHFC Royals, a USL 2 team, and I'm going to be taking you guys with me. So if you guys remember, I used to play with Houston FC back in 2018, 2017, and I'm already really cool with the head coach Bruce, super cool guy, and I didn't think it would be fair for me to go and say I was trying out for Houston FC because I already have a favor with the coach. So I decided to find another team that's nearby, AHFC Royals, which is actually around a 35 to 40 minute drive away from my house, versus Houston FC. That's 1 hour and 30 minutes away. And since I'm taking summer classes, even if I wanted to play with Houston FC, I wouldn't be able to finish all of the training because I have to leave like almost 45 minutes early from training to come home. So I found the closest team, USL League 2 team, which is AHFC, and I decided, let me go ahead and see if I can get a trial with this team. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Jodabini. I'm on a road path journey to signing my first professional contract, and if you want to tag along, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. So now let's get into it. So as I mentioned in the video, whenever it comes to trying to try out for any USL League 2 teams, what I did, I went on the website and I looked at I knew one team that's close to me, which was Houston FC, and I looked at the bracket. And from the bracket, I went to each team on the website and I found out the location of each specific team. And knowing the location, I found the closest team being AHFC Royals, a team in Houston that used to be called Albion. So finding the email, I found the head coach's email and I decided to send him a message. And this is pretty much the message that I sent him. I'm gonna show it to you guys, just in case you guys don't know how to send an email to a head coach of any team. Maybe you can use this as an example. Right now, the head coach is Josh Gardner. So I decided to get his email from the actual AHFC website, and that's how I was able to message him, because I had tried the Instagram, but I didn't get a response. So I understood that it's not the head coaches that run the Instagram itself. So I found the email of the head coach, and this is the message that I sent. Titled, USL 2 AHFC team. Hello, Coach Gardner. My name is Jodabini, and I'm a soccer player from UCRGV, and I just returned to the state from Costa Rica, and AHFC is the closest to my location. Is there any way I can join the team? And if I'm too late, can I train with the team over the summer? And with my email, I also attached my CV, which pretty much gave me, showed where I previously played. I think this is my old CV. I still haven't updated it yet, but that's what I had at the time, and I decided to use it. So immediately he can see where I've been, any contacts that I have or references that he can call. And on my CV, it also showed that I was with Houston FC, so he could easily call Bruce and ask him if I'm a good person or a good player, etc., whatever that he needs to hear to allow me to come. And at the bottom of the email, I attached my highlight reel, and I just sent it to him, you know. So now I'm gonna be headed to the AHFC Royals training grounds. I don't think, whenever I play USL 2, I think they were still brand new, so they're a new team. I hope the coach lets me stay. I know a lot of teams are already full. So what's the worst thing that could happen other than showing up? So I had contacted him yesterday, actually, so that also helps. So, you know, you never know if a coach needs somebody or not, so just don't be afraid to send a message. If I never sent the message, I wouldn't be going out there today. So let's hope everything goes well. And we are here. The training fields are... All right, guys, so training just ended. The team was actually pretty cool. The coach let me train with everybody, and I did recognize some faces. And then I have several players here who said,
yo, listen, my name is Blaise, you get me? Yo, shout out to my boy Anthony, if you're watching, you get me, Canada.
So yeah, they're gonna post the 18 that I'm gonna be playing to tomorrow. They have a game tomorrow, actually, so I don't know if I'm gonna play with them. If I do, blessed, but if not, you know, keep working. So being there, what I really liked was right off the bat, nobody treated me like an outsider, because I know some teams, if you go try out for a team, etc., people won't pass you the ball and stuff. But here, everybody was pretty open, and there were several players that, you know, played with some of my old teammates, and which is cool because the soccer was actually pretty small in the USA, especially since a lot of people don't play soccer. So the further you push your level, the less and less people are there, so everybody starts to know everyone, which is actually pretty cool because a lot of people they knew, I knew as well. So the first training session that we had, the first training session that I was at, they had a game the next day, so the session wasn't too hard or too rough. So it was cool just for me being back in the States, being able to play with some of the guys here and see how much I've improved versus being in Costa Rica. So after the training, the coach let me stay at the training facility, and I ended up training with the team for approximately 2 weeks. And finally, I had asked them if there's gonna be any possibility of me being able to play any of the matches, and he already told me since all the spots were full, he said I could stick around if somebody gets injured or something and they need me, they can, you know, because he said it costs $200 for registration for the team, so he could replace me with whoever is injured. But at this point, you know, I'm in Houston for like 2 more weeks, but he said otherwise for the whole training semester, the whole summer, he usually charges people around $400 just to be there for training, and if you're gonna be there for half of the summer, it's gonna be $200, and I'm gonna be there for like 2 more weeks, so I didn't think it was cost efficient for me to stay for those 2 weeks, and I didn't want to be like stealing from him, so I just told him after I was just like. So the very first field we trained on, it wasn't their actual practice field and game field. It was actually the girls soccer team of AHFC was having their game, so everybody was on this side. And on the next time we went to go training, it was on the actual practice field. I think it's also the game field, but it's turf, so they can play on it as much as possible and nothing really bad happens. The facilities was actually pretty nice in my opinion. I enjoyed it. The balls were good. And overall, it was a really nice facility that they built for this USL2 team. But since I'm leaving Houston in 2 weeks after being there, because my goal was if I could come to a USL2 team, find a team that will let me play matches, that way I can get games in, then I'll stay for the summer for like another extra month. But since I won't be able to play matches with the team, I decided it's not cost efficient for me to pay $400 for training when I need in-game experience. So all the other technical things, I'm gonna be training with other friends and working on my game personally, since I won't be able to use them in matches. So I just let the coach know that I won't be able to come back to training. I let him know ahead of time just so he doesn't think I'm flaking out or just that guy who stops training, because I don't want to burn a bridge, because you know these guys are really cool. They even let me come out for 2 weeks without charging me anything, which is really cool. And maybe next year, if I don't have a professional contract yet and I need to play USL2, that's another contact that now I have that maybe he could help me, or if he needs me on his team, he could contact and reach out. So this whole video was like a 3-week span. What you were seeing in the video was actually throughout this whole period of time. I just wanted to show the beginning all the way to the end, and you know, this was a very efficient way for me to reach out, get training in. They didn't have spots available. All 35 spots were taken on the roster, and that's okay. You know, I came late. I knew what to expect. I already told him in the email that it's okay if it's training, but I decided myself that, you know, I want more game, and there's other places that I can get game time, and I'd rather spend my money there than spend it where I won't get any games. And because the team usually have games twice a week, they can't have intense sessions every session. So whenever I'm there, not every session I'm getting a highly intense session, because I'm not playing in the games, and that's hurting my progress. So I want to be where I could be intense every time, or if I'm not gonna be intense today, I have a match tomorrow to fully go all out. But if I'm not getting games, I'm not getting what I need to be at the highest level as possible. So all in all, I think it was a good experience. I hope you guys learned from this, and don't be afraid to reach out to any teams, and you'll be shocked who will accept you. Just remember, soccer is a game of opinions. One coach can say you're garbage, another coach can say you're magnificent. So the more coaches you reach out to, the more that will say you're garbage, and the more that will say you're really good. So it's all up to you. Just grind out there, and if you know, it's a grind. That's bottom line. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, subscribe if you're new to the content, and you can keep up with my journey to signing a professional contract. And I hope God blesses your journey as well, so that you can figure out everything you need to do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. On that note, Jadabinin TV is out.